commencing the class right now. Good day everyone and welcome to today's training session. This is officially welcome each and every one of you to this very session of our solar power system installations. To this very session which we call what? The premium session which we call the live classes. This is the very first phase of the premium session, which simply means that from now till the end of the training, you are going to be hearing premium. Once you get to hear anything premium class, it simply means that you are going to be enjoying live classes, live sessions, such as this very one you all have enrolled for right now. So this is where we are going to be walking you guys through the process of solar power system designs before installations. We are going to be talking about energy audit. We are going to be talking about system sizing. We are going to be talking about system designs. Everything that has to do with your solar power system before you install. That is what we focus more on this solar power system session. Alright, we are going to be walking you guys through how you can be able to size your various solar components. Right? Yes. So how do we arrive at this? In our various training sessions, the ones we usually have on WhatsApp, at the end of each of those sessions, we usually get these tricky questions. How does one get to know the size of system to install for a facility? How do you know the size of solar panels suitable for a facility? How do you know this and know that? We keep telling you guys that we can actually give out these information to you guys, but then it is not going to do you any good. Why did we say so? Not because that the information is not useful. No, it is very, very useful. You can actually make good use of it, but then we giving it out to you will not do you any good, in the sense that if you encounter any issues or challenges on the field, you will not be able to rectify that issue. Therefore, we insist on you going through the process of energy audit before you can be able to install any size of system. So here right now, we are to walk you through the process of energy audit. That is what we are here to do. And the very first phase of energy audit is what we will take care of tonight. Get to know how you can size your load. Get to know how you can be able to tell your client confidently that this is the amount of load in his facility, this is the amount of energy he's consuming in his facility, this is the amount and required sizes of the various solar components he will be needing to power up that facility. That is what we are here to take care of for tonight. So, talking about energy audit. Energy audit is divided into two. On one hand, it tells you about your energy need, and on the other hand, it tells you about your sizes for your solar component. What do I mean when I say it tells you about your energy need? Energy audit simply tells you that, or gives you the information of what you are to power up. It tells you the energy being consumed by those things you are going to be powering up, at what time you will be powering up those things, what quantity of those things are you going to be powering up. These are the various information that energy audit would help you to organize. So let's say for a facility is consuming 4,000 watts. Through the process of energy audit, you have found out that your facility is consuming 4,000 watts. Therefore, you will be using that 4,000 watts to size the various solar components to be able to know what size of inverter will be suitable to power up 4,000 watts, what size of batteries will be able to power up 4,000 watts for a specific length of time, what size of solar panels and how many of them will be able to recharge those batteries and power up that facility for the length of time you want it to power them. So these are the basic questions you need to take care of before you can say you are heading to the field. Alright, I am going to be sharing my screen right now. I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. So I believe you all can see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, kindly signify. Kindly signify if you can see my screen. Mr. Nicholas, can you see my screen? Okay, I can see Mr. Joe's hand. Okay, yes, Mr. Free can see my screen as well. Okay, Mr. Rashid can as well see it. Alright, thank you so much. So, now that you all can see my screen, it is a good thing that you all can see this screen as I can see. So this is the topic, energy audit. And as you can see it on my screen, it's saying that energy audit is the determination of what the energy requirement for a building. It is a careful examination of the electrical loads. Alright, it is a careful examination of all the electrical loads in that facility. That was what I said when I told you guys that the energy audit tells you what you are to power up at a particular point in time. How many of it are you powering up? How many of these things do you intend to power up at that point in time? That is what energy audit takes care of for you. So it is also worthy to note in the third paragraph here that energy audit helps you to prevent oversizing of the solar system. So that is one of the things that energy audit helps you to do, helps you to prevent oversizing of the solar system. 2, it helps you to safeguard your electrical appliances. That is another thing that the energy audit helps you to do. It helps you to safeguard your electrical appliances. Now, energy audit also saves you costs. I have been able to discuss how we prevent. Okay, we haven't discussed how we prevent oversizing. We are going to be focusing how we prevent oversizing and what saving you cost, while we will reserve safety in a solar system for the time being. Okay, so how does it prevent you from oversizing of your solar system? Take for instance, Mr. Nicholas, who is here with us today, is our client for tonight's class. So let's say Mr. Nicholas has reached out to us and he has said, Virtue Tech, please, he needs a solar system in his facility. What size of solar system does he would be able to power up his facility? And if we are not professionals in this field, we can just go ahead and tell Mr. Nicholas that he needs 5 kVA or 10 kVA or 20 kVA to power up his facility. Now, we would do that, okay? That is fine. We have done a good job, we have done something very nice. But then, in the long run, someone else who is more professional would come in there and see that what Mr. Nicholas is powering up with 20 kVA is just a radio and a laptop computer. And the person will ask Mr. Nicholas, who did this installation? What happened? Did he do it himself? He will say, no, he invited Virtue Tech to do. At that point in time, he will get to know that what we have done is very wrong. We have oversized that system due to the fact that we did not carry out proper energy audit, which in most cases people will call load audit. So the essence of that story is that in all you do, once you are invited for a solar project, you are to firstly carry out what we call load audit on that facility to be able to know the exact amount of loads that are in that facility that you will be powering up using that same solar system you have been asked to install. That way, you will not undersize the system and you will not oversize the system. Both undersizing and oversizing have their individual effects, which you would pay dearly for if you do not adhere to these instructions. Now, let us talk about how does energy audit save you cost. When we say it saves you cost, this is on the aspect of the what of the client. Let's take for instance again, Mr. Nicholas, who is here with us for tonight's class, has asked us to install that same system that we said we installed 20 kVA system. Why? Because we did not carry out a proper energy audit on that facility. Now, on the long run, Mr. Nicholas might actually discover that what he needs was just what 1.5 kVA or at most 2 kVA. And comparing the cost of a 1.5 kVA inverter system with a 20 kVA inverter system, you will see that the gap in installing that system, in procuring that system, is very large. So you would be facing a challenge that even the client might even feel that you defrauded him, because a 1.5 kVA cannot afford that of 20 kVA, so you must have taken a whole lot of money from your client. So when we say energy audit generally saves you cost, it means that instead of you spending your client money unnecessarily, you will get the right things done with the right amount of money. That is what it means. So we have been able to explain two things that energy audit does for you, reserving the one we call what safety, safeguarding your electrical appliances. We will talk about that as we progress in this training as well. So I hope you guys are following up. Now, as we wrap up on this energy audit, this training document also exposes you to things to consider during solar energy audit. This is one of the interesting topics. This is one of the interesting. Hello everyone, I hope you guys can hear me clearly. Alright, thank you. So why is somebody is saying that the volume is too low? What is happening? Please check your device. If you cannot hear me, check your device, okay? Could be your network connectivity or something is wrong with your device. So please check your device, okay? I think everyone here can hear me, or most people here can hear me clearly. Alright, so back to our discussion. Things to consider during solar energy audit is a very vital information that you all must have at hand. These are the tools which would help you to actually do a very good load audit or energy audit on a facility. The first thing is what? The list of electrical appliances to be powered by the what? Solar system. That is the first thing. The second thing is the power rating of the electrical appliances in watts. The third thing is the daily running hours of those appliances. And the fourth thing is the total energy consumption of the building. So these four items are the things you would be needing, are the tools which will guide you in this course of system design. So as we progress, you will also get to see the roles these things play. So in your study material, in your writing materials, you can as well put them down as the things, as the tools which are required for a proper energy audit. Okay, so now let us talk about the third thing we have reserved, which is what? Safety. In as much as this class deals on designs, yes, we also encourage you all to look into safety as it concerns solar power system. When we talk about solar power system, it is of great importance that you safeguard your solar system, not just your solar component, when we talk about your solar system, not just the solar component. It is also very important to also safeguard the life of your home appliance, in as much as they might have other safety involved previously. Yes, but when it comes to solar system, you have a good. You should be. It is worthy to have a good idea that the solar system have two parts. It has the DC part and it has the AC part. Do you know this part? If you do, congratulations. If you don't, you are the right platform. You are here to ask us and we will point you in the right direction. That is one thing. Now, just as the solar system has two parts, it also has two different components for safety. It has the DC component, safety gadget. It also has the AC safety gadget. Now, when we talk about safety as it concerns the solar system, we are talking about you we are talking about you getting your earthing. We are talking about grounding. We are talking about the use of your breakers. We are talking about the use of your surge, that's the SPG. We are talking about you using a whole lot of safety tools and gadgets. So I am sharing my screen again right now. I hope you all can see my screen. Is it showing over there? Can you all see it right now? Is it showing over there on your own end? Alright, so looking at these things, you can see on my screen, these are basically the safety tools and gadgets that you need in order for you to safeguard the life of your solar system, solar components. You have your breakers, you have your fuse, you have your surge, you have your changeover, either the manual changeover or the automatic changeover. You have your earthing. Earthing has a very important role to play when it comes to your solar system. Yes, you know, there are some smart inverters. There are some smart inverters that ordinarily DC does not need to shock you. DC will not shock you ordinarily, but due to the fact that these are hybrid inverters, if you touch them, touch their body, and not even that their body are metal, no, if you touch their body, it will shock. If you touch their body with testers, you can see current on the body of those inverters. What do you think is the cause of that? And what is the possible solution? It simply means that you need to what? You need to ensure safety is added to that your solar system. So these are the safety tools and gadgets, like I said. So it is very important. It is very, very, very important that you ensure to safeguard the life of this your solar system. If you all remember clearly, when we introduced the various solar components, we said that there are 4 basic solar components. You have your solar panel, solar inverter, solar charge controller, and solar batteries. But we went ahead to tell you that there are other components used for solar system setup, and these components are for safety. If you look at what I'm displaying on the screen right now, this is what you call the safety box, or the PV box as some of you might call it, or the breaker box. So I have zoomed it in for you to have a proper view of it. I've zoomed it in for you to have a proper view of it. So this is what you guys need in order for you to safeguard the life of your solar system. So I believe that with this lecture, most of you who have been doing bad jobs, you can now be able to improve yourselves you can now see that there are things you actually need to do in order for your system to work more effectively. Alright, so we have spoken a lot. It is now time for us to pass other information to you. Yes, we know that you guys will have questions, so don't worry yourself. On this very platform, there will be time for questions and answers as well. When that time comes, all you need to do is just tell us your name and your location. Once you do that, we will take you, you will ask your questions, we will take it effectively. Please, you are only allowed to speak from a quiet background. What I mean by quiet background is there should not be any noise from your background so as not to disrupt the activities of this class. Please, I am pleading with everyone here. Please, let it be like that. Please, you are expected to speak from a very quiet background. However, in order not to disenfranchise anyone here, even if you are not in a quiet background, you can also send in your questions. Send in your questions in the chat box. Okay, there's a chat box here. Just type in your questions as a message, and we will also take it on this very platform. All right. Okay. So let's take a few questions, like one or two questions, before we progress. All right. Go ahead. Who is asking the first question? Yeah, go ahead, please. Unmute yourself and talk to us if you have a question. Quickly, please. Go ahead, please. I can see some hands up. Just unmute yourself, touch your microphone, and then you can speak.
Yes, sir.
Good day, Mr. Rashid. There is a kind of noise from your background. Are you using an earpiece? Take it out. Are you using a microphone?
Okay.
Headset. Take it out, please. You can
I've
talk.
taken it out. Is it clear now?
It's clear. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm Daddy Deshin by name, Lagos, Nigeria. So my question is based on the safety aspect. You know, for instance, whereby the connection has been done, and truly, we found out that the inverter is shocking. We put our tester, and we found out that it shows currents from the tester, and you know we have rounded up the installation, and we now found out that there is no proper earthing in that building. So what is the advice that you can give in order to solve that kind of problem? Thank you, sir.
Okay, that is easy for you to. You have stated the problem and you have also stated the solution. So you have made the work easy. You know it is an earthing problem. So you advise on the client on getting the house, on getting the facility earthed properly. If you have a good idea of it, fine. If you don't, you advise the client to get a professional electrician or an engineer who can actually handle it. Are we on the same page, sir?
Sir, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Any other? Okay, thank you. Any other question?
And sorry, sir. So,
Yes.
is there a way that we can also protect the solar system from lightning?
Yes,
That's because someone told me that there's no how you can you can you can erect lightly. So, but I don't want to believe that. So I don't know if you can explain better, sir. Thank you, sir.
like we usually say, these your safety tools and gadgets are the security men of your solar system. And there is one particular one that is called, is it lightning, thunder arrestor? That's for lightning arrestor, not even thunder, lightning arrestor. So that one can as well be used to protect there. So if you cannot if you use that one to protect the house, how much more can you use it to protect your solar system? Now the thing there is this: you can actually edge your whole of your solar system, okay, including your solar panels. You can edge your solar panels as well if you know how that is done. Yes. So making use of this, all these other safety tools and gadgets that I'm displaying on my screen right now will keep that system safe if they are connected rightly. So, Mr. Rashid, what you do for us is, we know that you are a paid student, so you have made your payments. So what you do is write your questions down on safety. If you have more questions, we would take them in the premium class when it commences properly. That's the next class, okay? However, we also have an advanced class we call the mini grid class, which takes care of sizing and safety as it concerns solar system. But for um, smaller questions on safety, we can take them in the next classes. I hope that helps you, sir. Okay, one more question before we proceed, please. One more question. Go ahead. Who's asking? Mr. Nicholas, unmute yourself, please. I can see your hand. Touch your microphone, sir, and you can talk to me. I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. You have not touched your microphone. Touch your screen firstly, and you will see the microphone there. Okay, Mr. Is this Sepiso, please go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good day, sir.
Oh, sorry. Here it's evening. My question is actually to do with the protective equipment of our system.
Okay.
Yes, I would love to actually be given a clear picture. Oh, sorry. My name is Sepiso from Zambia.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, so yes, so I would love to actually get a clear understanding on what would happen in the system where you put an inverter in the system, and then the inverter has also been put the DC breakers and the surge protector, but on the outlet you are not putting the AVS. Would there be any damage to the inverter if the AVS is not put in the system?
Do you say AVS?
Yes, yes, yes. The AVS, yes.
No, no, no. You don't. You don't.
The one.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not that too important for your AVS to be at the output. You mean the output, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
No, it's not that. It's not. It's not a necessary. It's not a necessary component to be there. What you should have at the output of your inverter is your SPG. But you should know the one to put there, either the AC. You know that like I said before, your solar system is of two parts. You have the DC part and you have the AC part. So make sure you are using DC component for DC part and the AC component for AC part. So for those of you who have paid the enrollment fees, congratulations. We are going to expose to you the DC component and the AC component when we start the premium class properly in the next training session. Alright, so that will be all we will take for now. For the rest of the questions, please put them down in your writing materials so that we can take them as we progress. Okay, so we can take them as we progress. So, Mr. Nicholas, we can't take your question again. You will have to write it in your writing materials because we have to move on right now.
Okay, thanks very much, sir. Let's progress, sir.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, thank you. So, but we'll take it before the class ends. Okay, so now we now have to talk about something uh, more interesting. Yes, please, I hope you guys are here with your writing materials. We are now going to be talking about something more interesting, right? Yes. So, remember we have talked about energy audit. We have told you what energy audit does for you and how you can be able to uh, do identify energy audit. Now, what we are now to do is to properly guide you guys on how you can be able to know the energy requirement for a facility. Therefore, our discussion for tonight's class, or our topic for tonight's course, will be what we call load analysis. It's going to be what we call load analysis. Load analysis is a calculation or series of calculations which tells you your energy need. Load analysis is a calculation or series of calculations which tells you your energy consumption. Load analysis tells you or gives you the exact amount or quantity of appliances to be powered up. Load analysis also helps you to properly know the various times that your system will be running. Alright, let's take a basic analogy of what we're talking about before we then dive into the calculation aspect of it. Let's say again, Mr. Nicholas, who is here with us, he has invited us for a solar system project in his facility, which in this case is his house. Alright, yeah. So, on getting to his house, we as professionals, there are two professional questions to ask him and a third one as a bonus. The first question we have to ask him is to know his energy need. Asking Mr. Nicholas to know his energy need will help us know the energy being consumed by that facility. But then, if we ask Mr. Nicholas that question, and because he's new to solar system, he might not have a good idea of what it is. Therefore, we will need to break it down for him by asking him to give us a list of the various appliances he wishes to power up using the solar system. In doing that, Mr. Nicholas can now say he wants to power up his AC, his Wi-Fi, his computer, his bulbs, and whatever. We will take notice of that. And then we will ask the second question. Asking him the second question will be his backup time. Now, asking Mr. Nicholas his backup time will help us to know how long he wants the solar battery to last. Therefore, we are going to be designing the size of the solar battery to run according to that specific time, considering other factors. Alright? So having these two information, and the backup time is in hours. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. But one thing you should know is that the higher the running time, the higher the backup time, the higher the cost of installation. Now, we would ask the third question, which is a bonus question, and it is to ask our client and it's to ask our client to know his budget. Now, asking your client to know his budget will help you really know or narrow down your design to what your client can afford at a particular point in time. So, three things to take note of. One, the energy need of the facility. Two, the backup time for that facility. And the third thing is what is your budget. Now, on my screen right now, I'm sharing a different slide a different information on my screen. I believe you all can see it. This is a typical example of a load analysis table. This is a typical example of a load analysis table you can see on my screen right now. We have asked Mr. Nicholas his energy need, and he has provided us with these 5 basic appliances he wants to power up using the solar system. Now he wants to power up his DVD player, his light bulb, his ceiling fan, his refrigerator, and his air conditioner. So now what is left for us is to run a basic load analysis on these 5 appliances for us to have a good idea of what is required on about that facility. Good. So before we can be able to run a load analysis on that 5 appliances, we need to take into consideration 3 standard parameters. 1, the quantity of appliance. 2, the power consumed by the appliance. 3, the running time of the appliance. The quantity of appliance practically tells you how many of the same appliance does Mr. Nicholas intend to power up using the solar system. So let's say Mr. Nicholas lives in a 3-bedroom apartment and he has a DVD player in each of those rooms. So powering up these 3 DVD players simply tells you that the quantity of the DVD player is 3. Now, the power consumed by the appliance tells you the rated wattages of each and every of these appliances. That is the power consumed by the appliance. That is, tells you the rated wattages of each and every appliance. And in this case, how do you know the rated wattages of each and every appliance? It is usually found in the nameplate of those your appliances. The nameplate is that portion or position on the body of your appliance that tells you or gives you a clear idea of the whole information containing that your concerning that your appliance. So it can have your voltage, your current, the name of the make, the name of the product, where the product is from, and any other information. Now the third thing is what? The running time. This running time tells you how long the client intends to power up these appliances. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Okay? Yeah. So that is the basic explanation for the parameters that are required to power up that are required to run a load analysis on these 5 appliances. Now, how do we run a load analysis? Before that, let us take the information of the various appliances. For the DVD player, the quantity is 3. You can write what is on my screen, okay? The quantity is 3. The power consumed is 200 watts. The running time is 3 hours. For the light bulb, the quantity is 5. Sorry, the quantity is 10. The power consumed is 100 watts. The running time is 2 hours. For the ceiling fan, the quantity is 5. The power consumed is 10 watts. The running time is 4 hours. For the refrigerator, the quantity is 3. The power consumed is 500 watts. The running time is 4 hours. For the air conditioner, the quantity is 1. The power consumed is 1 horsepower. The running time is 1 hour. Alright? Yes. So how then do we carry out a load analysis on these 5 appliances? It is also very simple. We are going to be using a very simple formula which says that what energy consumed is equal to quantity of appliance multiplied by power consumed multiplied by the running time. Quantity of appliance multiplied by the power consumed multiplied by running time. For those of you who have access to our training manual, that formula is already in it. Okay, yeah. So now, what is the technique which we usually use for solving this kind of problem? You are going to get the energy consumed by each of these 5 appliances and then sum it up. That is to say, get the energy consumed by DVD player, light bulb, ceiling fan, refrigerator, air conditioner, and then you add all the individual energy consumptions up to give you the total energy consumed. So that is what you are expected to do here right now. So let us do that immediately. For the DVD player, 3 multiplied by 200 by 3 gives you 1800 watt hour. For the light bulb, 10 multiplied by 100 by 2 gives you 2000 watt hour. For the ceiling fan, 5 multiplied by 10 by 4 gives you 200 watt hour. For the refrigerator, 3 multiplied by 500 by 4 gives you 600 watt hour. For the air conditioner, 1 multiplied by 1 gives you 746 watt hour. Is there anyone writing here who can give us the total energy consumption? Is there anyone who can do that quickly for us? Does anyone have the total energy consumed? Alright, in order not to waste our time, let me display the energy consumed. So the total energy consumed here is 10,746 watts. So that is the energy need for this Mr. Nicholas's facility. And therefore, we are now going to be sizing the various solar components, starting with the inverter system, which will be suitable to power up this size of loads. Alright, I know you have questions. I will have a few minutes left to end this class. Before you ask your questions and information, those of you who have been going off and on, up and down, you are worried that you have lost some things in the class. Do not worry yourselves, because this class is being recorded as we are live right now and will be shared with you if you fulfill all righteousness. I hope you understand what that means. Anyway, we will still post some of these videos on our training platform for you guys to have a review of. Alright, questions quickly. Mr. Nicholas, you can unmute yourself and ask the question you had in mind, unless it has been answered. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I wanted to know whether that diagram you showed us on the platform can go even into hybrid system.
What diagram is it?
Can it work on hybrid system?
Is it the safety box?
Hello?
Which diagram are you talking about?
That one, the first one you showed us on the platform, that one.
That's on WhatsApp, right?
With the inverter. Yes.
Yes, of course. It's the same installation method with the hybrid. The only difference with the hybrid system is that the solar panels are connected directly to the inverters. They don't make use of charge controllers. That's the only difference there.
Oh, okay, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay, somebody is asking, will there be any materials shared in the end? The materials you are to get are the training materials, which are videos and the PDF document, the PDF manual. And it is only given to those who pays their enrollment fee. So once we receive the enrollment fee, we will send it to you accordingly. Alright, go ahead, Mr. Rashid. Talk to us, please. Mr. Rashid, unmute yourself and talk to us quickly, please.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Oh, my question is this. This one is like it's very easy to get the numbers of DVD player like that. But in a case whereby maybe a factory, even let's say that even in like this kind of apartment now, whereby all this one they are visible, and we have some other empty sockets. For instance, they now have maybe a party or Christmas celebration whereby people now gather, whereby they will be charging maybe power banks, their phone, and they are also going to use inverter on that same day. So how can we overcome the challenges of not overloading our inverter system? Thank you, sir.
All right. That question is a very good question. There is something we call a standard parameter, which we call what? Tolerance. That standard parameter tolerance is what you take into consideration when you are actually sizing one of the solar components. Okay, so once you take it into consideration, your issue of overloading would not be encountered at all. As you progress in this training in the next session, we will expose it to you, sir. Okay, any other question or questions? Please, if your hand
No, we
is
are good, sir.
okay, thank you. I think I can see one.
I have a question, sir.
You have a question, you are in a very noisy place, so you cannot ask your question. Please, if you have a question, you should speak from a quiet place or uh, send in a message.
I have a question, sir.
Okay, go ahead, please. Let's see if
I
we
have
can
a
hear
question,
you.
sir.
Yes, talk to me, please.
Okay. Okay, my question is based on the total running time now. So this total running time now, does it mean we get the numbers of time? How do we get the numbers of panels
I
from this
cannot
running
hear you.
time?
There's so much
And
noise from your
the
background. I can't hear you. There's so much noise from your background, sir.
Hear me now, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, okay, go ahead. Let's try one more time.
From the total running time now, how do we know the amount of panels to use and the size of inverter we should use?
Okay, that is okay. You want to know the size of inverter, solar panel, battery, charge controller. That is very simple. But this is not the platform where we size those components. In the next training session, for the paid students alone, those are the people who are going to have idea of it. All right. So, in the absence of no other questions, this is where we shall be telling you guys that we are putting. Oh, who is doing this? Please mute yourselves. This is where we are going to be putting a full stop to the training. Mr. Nicholas, please mute yourself. There's so much noise coming from your background. What's happening?
No, tell me I'm alone in the room, sir. I'm quiet. I'm alone in the room.
All right, okay, sir, it's fine, sir. Thank you, it's fine. Okay, so this is where we shall be putting a full stop to the training, and putting a full stop to the training does not mean training is over, but rather it is at this point that you are mandated to pay your enrollment fees, and only those who pays the enrollment fees would continue and complete this course on solar power system installations. Just as you all know, you must have seen your fees already. For Zambians, it's 300 kwacha, Ghanaians, 300 Ghana cedis, Nigerians, 5,000 naira, Cameroonians, 8,500. So, if you are here, you don't know how much you to pay, you can as well let us know. You have your various platforms to pay as well. So, if you'll be making your payment right now, you can text me directly. Text me directly so I can send you those payment details personally, so you don't have to scroll on the platform. In as much as I to post it on the platform after this very class, okay? But you can text me so that I'll give it to you. Don't be scared of missing the classes. Like I said, as even as we are here right now, the class is being recorded and are going to be shared with everyone on your demand. So you're not missing out on anything at all as long as you have paid your enrollment fees. That is what guarantees you getting the lectures completely. Once you pay your enrollment fee, you are entitled to getting a training certificate at the end of this training. You are entitled to getting the training materials, that are those are the videos and the PDF document. That's the training manual. You are also entitled to mentorship, which is the biggest we offer. which is also unlimited, which simply means if you face any challenge or challenges in the field, get across to us, we will help you in resolving it. And then finally, you get to attend live classes such as this one. In the coming premium classes, we take it easy to take the designs one step at a time. We'll take a whole lot of questions in those classes and we give out a whole lot of answers, meaningful answers. All right. We can do one or two questions before we call it a day for tonight. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
um, I just wanted you to explain a little bit for those that don't understand the WH, um, because I have one of my staff that is joining for the first time for solar. He never had any experience of solar. Yeah, I have told him a little bit about, but for those that might also not know what the WH stands for.
Okay, WH is what are is what are, sir. So WH is what I was calling it when we did the calculation. 3 multiplied by 200 by 3, 200 watts by 3 hours gives you 1800 watt hour. That is the unit of energy, if I am not wrong. Okay,
Yeah,
so okay,
correct.
so I believe your staff is also here and he will be joining the premium class tomorrow. So let him write down all the questions he has and bring them to that class. It will be taken care of, sir.
All right, not a problem.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rashid, you have the final say. Just your question in 1 minute, please.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, sir. So my question is this. I heard that there's what we call mini grid system, something like that. So I now look at it that okay, if they want to have a power energy audit for those kind of projects, how are they going to do the energy audits and this load analysis for them to actually know the capacity of the inverter system? Thank you.
Okay. I believe that you're already getting scared because you believe that mini grid is going to be dealing with so many appliances, and because you're a human being, you are scared, you are being lazy, you don't want to go through this process. Yes, you will still go through this process. That is the truth. Okay, don't be lazy, sir. You will still go through this process. However, for big projects, there are softwares and apps which you can actually use, so which can actually help you get which get the required result. Mr. Rashid, did you get the information?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. So this is where we shall be calling it a day for tonight class until we meet again in tomorrow's session. It is strictly for those who have paid their enrollment fees. So if you do not pay your enrollment fee, do not expect to get a link for the live class because the links are only going to be sent on the platform for paid students. We hope you guys have learned new things in this today's training session. Have a wonderful night rest, everyone. Bye bye.
The same to you, sir. Good night.
Thanks so very much. The class was so educative. Thanks very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everyone. Thank you.